Hey guys, Jamiy, and today on Roblox we're playing some more Loomian Legacy, as you can see on the screen right now. And people have been wanting this video for a few days now, and I keep forgetting to make it. So we're making it now, okay? So this is actually going to be every single moveset in the game, or the best. I'm thinking we're supposed to highlight what are the best moves to use for every Loomian. So obviously for this one, I'm just going to be looking at Lumipedia for on screen, and I'll list off all of the moves and like what levels they actually get them at, if I actually remember all of them. But pretty much, I'm only going to be talking about the final forms. I don't think it's really worth talking about the pre-evolutions. Again, if you want to use pre-evolutions, and by far go ahead for me, but I wouldn't really recommend using them, at least not right now, until we actually get more moves or more items especially. So yeah, anyway, hop into it then for Serenite. Okay then, so first up is Serenite, but really quickly I want to mention, a lot of these sets on Loomians right now also don't have like a full moveset that I would really recommend to run. Some Loomians might have like 4 good moves I can run, some might only have like 2 or 3, and then the last one can literally be anything, and it's probably going to be bad. And also, I'm pretty sure right now everything can learn the dodge, so all of these sets I might not mention dodge, but you can always just slap dodge on any of these. I believe right now everything in the game can actually learn dodge. Some sets, if I do mention it, I think it might be worth running on, but again, you could run dodge on any of these if you don't like a specific move. Anyway, for Serenite, let's jump into it then. First move I would recommend is going to be Searing Steel. It's this only metal type move, and it's actually pretty powerful. You get Searing Steel whenever you evolve Ragoon into Serenite, and it will give you the option to learn it. It's a pretty powerful metal type move, ignores water's resistance, and has the chance to burn. So I would recommend that 100%. Also, Serenite is mostly a physical attacker, not really a special attacker. Wouldn't really recommend special attacks from one set, which I'll go into in a second. Next up is Flaming Kick. Flaming Kick right now is its best fire type move that it can learn. Also, has a better chance to land critical hits and can burn the opponent as well. Then the next moves are going to be kind of weird. So if I was going to run Serenite, I would probably run Hop Kick, which also is a brawler type move just for that coverage. With Fire, Metal, and Brawler, I don't think Brawler is going to cover too many other things that the other two, like Metal and Fire, aren't going to cover, so it might not be worth to you. But for me, I would probably run Hop Kick just in case, which it gets Hop Kick at level 20 on Ragoon. So I would probably run that. Along that low, for your last move slot, you could run Dodge, which again, you can run Dodge on anything right now, I believe. But I would probably run Power Focus. Now, right now, it doesn't really have any great setup moves. The best one that it actually has is Power Focus. It increases its physical attack and its special attack, which is why it's not really that great. But if you are going to run it, I feel like some people might want to run a special attack by side of it, also so you can get a physical boost and a special boost, depending if you're up against something that's a physical tank or a special tank, but I don't think it really matters right now. I wouldn't run it, but I found the list as well. If you want to run Power Focus, you could also swap Hop Kick or Flaming Kick with Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire you get at when you evolve Ember into Ragoon. Obviously, your Rapid Fire is a signature move for the second form. It does 20 damage and it always hits 3 fireballs, so it can always do 60. And every time you hit one of those fireballs, it has like a 5% chance to burn, so I guess that's okay. Again, as well, Power Focus you get at level 31 on Ragoon. And for Hop Kick, I think I already said that, but level 20, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, that's it for Serenite. It's up to you. For me, I would recommend Searing Steel, Flaming Kick, Power Focus, and Hop Kick. Those are the 4 that I would recommend, or get rid of Power Focus or Dodge. Those are the ones that I would recommend to mostly run, but I've decided to put Rapid Fire on here just in case people wanted to run it. So there you are. Next up is Luminami. Okay, so moving on to Luminami then. So for Luminami, also, I have said in the past that you can literally run Luminami however you want. I would recommend, if you're going to EV train it or TP train it, health and whatever list that you want. You could have physical attack, special attack, or the defense if you want a tank. I wouldn't really recommend speed, that's the only thing. But for Luminami, if you're going to run like an offensive version, I would recommend Maroon, which you get at level 40. Flash Pulse, which you get when you evolve Riptide into Luminami. Sleet Shot, which is a level 24. And then either Soft Water, which you get at level 30, or Mind's Eye, which you get at level 9. Now, the reason why, Maroon is your best special attacking water type move. it hits hard and it has the ability to drain a little bit of energy from the opponents. Flash Pulse is your signature move again for Luminami. It just hits both the adjacent opponents, so it hits both if you're in a 2v2 or a double battle, and it has a chance to daze them, which is good. Sleet Shot, it's just a cover move. It doesn't hit very hard, but it has the chance to lower speed. Again, it's just a cover for like example plants. Plants, I'm pretty sure, are weak to ice. I might be wrong about that, but I think it is. Other than that low, also you have Soft Water. Soft Water heals you at the end of it every turn, which if you are going to run it, you could run Dodge with that on as well, so you can get a bit more healing. Mind's Eye doesn't really do too much. It only increases your special type by +1, but if you want to run offensive, I would recommend running it with Soft Water and then getting rid of Sleet Shot. You might be able to get it to work, but again, really wouldn't recommend it. Its defenses are good, but I don't think they're amazing right now, especially because most people are going to be running starters. Last move, again, if you are going to, since it is like, if you're going to run a tanky set, you could also run Submerge. It is a physical attacking water type move, but it has the ability to bypass fortification. So for example, right now in the game, if someone uses Scapegoat, which is pretty much Substitute, on their Twilight evolutions, you can actually use Submerge and it will directly attack their health points rather than their little Substitute doll that they have instead. So we can do that, but again, wouldn't really recommend it, but who knows, I might run it, to be honest. I'm not really too sure yet, but also what I would recommend for Luminami. If I was going to run it myself, I would probably run Maroon, Flash Pulse, Sleet Shot, and Soft Water, and those would probably be the 4. Again, I could swap Submerge out for something if I see a lot of Twilights just running around, but that is what I would recommend at the least. Anyway, next up is Tatab. Okay, and so for Tatab, also it's going to be your really quick physical attacker. You could run special attacks on it if you want, but I wouldn't really recommend it. But again, you could if you wanted a mix set, which if I'm going to run a Tatab, which I'm probably going to run a mix set of mine. So for Tatab, the most noticeable moves is Jungle Jutsu, which you get, which is its signature move when you evolve Felver into Tatab, which is also your only Brawler type move as well. Nature's Rage is I think it's only like Good's physical attacking move. Again, I probably will run it, but I really don't want to. It's not really that good. It actually locks you into it, but it technically is its best physical grass type move. So there's that. You get that. That is whenever Feline evolves into Felver. That's its other signature move. Other than that, you have Toxic Tail, which you get at level 23, also Poison Cover, doesn't hurt. And then for last move, you can either have Life Drain, which is again a special attacking move, and it also can drain a little bit of health and restore your health a little bit, or Nature's Force, which again is just like a super hard hitting special move. But for Life Drain, you get Life Drain at level 28, and for Nature's Force, you get that level 40, it's last level move. If I'm going to run Tatab, it's not really got that much options. Again, you can run Dodge on it if you want. If I'm going to run Tatablo, I would probably run Jungle Jutsu, Toxic Tail, Nature's Force, and then either Nature's Rage or Dodge. Probably wouldn't use Dodge really in my opinion. I'm probably just going to stick to Nature's Rage. Again, it will lock me into it, which kind of sucks, so it's up to you guys, I guess. So there's that. Anyway, next up is going to be Valkyrie. Okay, and so for Valkyrie then, it's kind of a bit weird also, this situation. It's a light type and it's a metal type. Also, light is going to probably be one of the highest special attackers along with electric, and then metal would probably, in my opinion, be seen more as a physical attacker, which is kind of why Valkyrie falls in this weird set where it has really high special attack, where it has a lot of physical attacks as well, which kind of weird. I won't lie, I know. Originally, it was meant to be a physical attacker also with a sword on its tail, but I think if I did that, there was like 5 out of the 7 stats are actually physical attacks, so one of them changed. Valkyrie was the one that actually changed. So pretty much, I would recommend Gamma Pulse, which is its last level move at 39. It's its strongest light type move, which if I actually quickly find it, Gamma, which is emits a pulse of harsh rays and just damage your opponent pretty much. Also it hits all adjacent opponents, so if you're in 2v2s or doubles, it'll hit all of them. Doesn't have any special effects, it just hits hard. Other than that, you have Luster Loot, which is kind of like Draining Kiss in a sense. It will it has 50 power, not really that hard, doesn't hit very hard, but also it'll steal some health and regain your health a little bit. You get that at level 20, and that's pretty much all its special attacks, which are actually worth mentioning. So for me, if I was going to run Valkyrie, which I probably won't, but I might, I'm not really too sure, I might try to run all of them. But for right now in the game, since also it doesn't get that many great moves for special attacks, and they're both light, I would recommend to run a mix set Valkyrie, which obviously includes Power Focus, which you get at level, I'm trying to find it, 29, which also raises your physical attack and special attack. Also, your special attack is really high, so if you boost it anymore, you can get a lot of health from the Luster loot, which is going to actually be pretty good in my opinion. Other than that, you have Holy Slash, which is also your Valkyrie's evolution move. And other than that, you have Cyclone Slam, which if you want to run an air type move for air cover, but mostly I don't really see people doing that. But again, I put it on because I thought might as well put it on if you're going to boost your physical and special attack with Power Focus. So if I was going to use it, I would recommend, if I was going to run Valkyrie, I would probably run a Gamma Pulse, Luster Loot, Power Focus, and Holy Slash. I wouldn't really recommend Cyclone Slam. I don't think it really hits too much things in the game right now, actually any harder than the other moves would, but for Holy Slash, it actually imbues it with light type as well, and it actually makes it super effective against dark type. So definitely would be worth running, I guess, if you are going to run like a mix set. Otherwise, you haven't really got any other options to run a Valkyrie. Right now, I wouldn't really recommend it in PvP when it comes out, so that's a move set that I would recommend. Next up, though, is going to be Vesperatu. Okay, and so next up is Vesperatu. I wouldn't really recommend Vesperatu. Its typing kind of sucks right now. Most things in the game are actually super effective against it, so I wouldn't really recommend you running Vesperatu right now. Also, it doesn't really hit anything too hard, because the only attacking moves it actually has are under 60 base power. Its two best attacking moves are Shadow Sprint, which is level 39, and Bamboozle, which is level 20. Shadow Sprint is a 40 base power move because also it's a priority, and Bamboozle is when you get level 20, it's actually only 60 base power move, and it just never misses. That's the gimmick for that one. Other than that, there's Airblade, which you can run Vesperatu as a mix set if you want to, but I don't think Airblade is going to hit anything super effective that is really going to make it beneficial to actually run it. So for my opinion though, I would run, and by the way you get Airblade at level 25, I would probably run Shadow Sprint, Bamboozle, Sharpen, which you get Sharpen at level 31, which increases your accuracy and your melee attack by 1. And other than that, I would recommend either Blood Drain, which is Dimpire's signature move, or Revival, which is Vesperatu's signature move. It really depends. Blood Drain recovers health at the end of every turn. It's kind of like Leech Seed, where it can do a bit of damage when you apply it. Or Revival, when you actually, it's kind of like Roost, as was in Pokemon. Whenever you use it, you lose the flying type. And for Revival, whenever you use it on Vesperatu, it loses Ghost typing for the rest of the turn. So I would recommend one of those. You could run both if you wanted to, with like maybe just Sharpen and Shadow Sprint, but I really wouldn't recommend it. But I don't know, we might see some weird sets with it, but I really wouldn't recommend running Vesperatu as of right now. Next up below is going to be Himbrr. Okay, and so Himbrr is actually pretty simple in my opinion. If I was going to run Himbrr, I would run Icicle Trap always on it. Icicle Trap is its last level up move, level 40. It's pretty much an ice stealth rock. Also, rock type is no longer a thing in the game, so it's pretty much like a replacement for stealth rocks, and it's an ice type move. It's the only thing that learns any setup move in the game right now, I believe. So definitely would run Icicle's Trap 100% on that. Other than that, its best ground type move, and its only ground type move, is Yeti's Wrath, which also, again, it is 120 base power, but it locks you into it. It's kind of like an outrage thing, where you're locked into it for 2 or 3 turns, and after you become dazed. It might not be the best on a tank, obviously, but it has some offensive power, I guess, but I think most people are going to run it as a tank, so you might not want to run Yeti's Wrath, but right now it's only best ground type move. Although on that low, I would recommend Quick Punch. It's actually a priority move. Again, it's Brawler. So imagine like Mach Punch, because it's something similar to that. Other than that, though, if I was gonna run Himbrr, my last move would probably be Chili Chomp. It really depends, really. Like right now, it has 3 ice type moves, and honestly, none of them are really that good. I would say the best one to use right now would be Chili Chomp. It does 60 base power. It has a chance to to freeze and to flinch. You could run also, so you get that you get Getch's Wrath, Himbrr's signature move. Quick Punch is at level 25, and again, Winter's Fury is Snowkid's signature move. But again, like I said, the 3 ice type moves: Winter's Fury, Chili Chomp, which is level 20, and Sleet Shot, which is level 30. It really depends. Also, Chili Chomp, I would recommend, is what I would probably run. Winter's Fury can either hit 1, 2, or 3 times, so it can either do 30 damage, 60 base power damage, or 90 base power damage. It's a bit too risky, you could either hit 30. The other gimmick is that you'll get a little bit of energy back depending on how much damage you did, so again, wouldn't really recommend it right now. Or you could run Sleet Shot, which has a chance, I guess, to decrease speed as well. But if I was going to run Himbrr, I would run Icicle Trap, Getch's Wrath, Chili Chomp, and Quick Punch. Or again, you could throw Dodge in there if you really wanted to as well, but I don't really recommend those. Although Dodge could actually be a pretty good move, I guess, to run if you want to run Icicle Trap and you know something's got like Gust, but again, wouldn't really recommend it in most situations. I would just recommend the 4 that I said. Anyway, next up is Zulong. Okay, again, Zulong is actually pretty easy to run. If I was going to run it, I would run Thunder Strike, which is its best electric type move. You get a level 40. Ancient Raw, which is actually going to be getting a nerf. It's actually going to cost a lot more energy than it already does. But Ancient Raw is pretty strong. It's its only Dragon type move right now. Oh, actually no, it has another Ancient type move. But it's a signature move for Zulong when also you evolve Stow Zap into Zulong. Pretty much, whenever you use it, it will decrease the opponent's special and physical attack, and then it will retreat, and you can send out another Loomian. Since Zulong is the quickest Loomian in the game right now, it's actually really strong. Other than that, Elemental Burst is its only attacking ancient move. That's why I got mixed up. You get that level 25 on Stow Zap. With that move, it has the chance to burn, paralyze, or freeze them, which is pretty good, and it is 80 base power, so it's only ancient type move that actually deals damage. And for the last move, it really doesn't have one. You could run Dodge, but what I'm probably gonna run is Thunder Chomp. There's Thunder Chomp and there's Thunder Slam. They both do the same amount of damage. Thunder Slam costs 4 less energy, but Thunder Chomp has the chance to paralyze and to flinch, whereas Thunder Slam only has the chance to paralyze. So again, it's up to you. I would probably run Ancient Raw, Thunder Strike, Elemental Burst, and then Thunder Chomp. You get Thunder Chomp at level 30 and Thunder Slam at level 20. So that was up to you, but those are the ones I would recommend for Zulong. That's pretty much for the starters though. Now it's on to Umbrats. Okay then, so moving on to Umbrat, I would recommend, again, Umbrat actually has a weird set as well. If you have a hidden ability Umbrat, I would recommend actually running Quick Pounce on it. Wouldn't recommend it on Luxoar though, would just recommend it on Umbrat. For Umbrat and Luxoar, they both turn normal type moves into whatever typing they are. So for Umbrat, it will turn the normal type moves, every normal type move into a dark type move, and every normal type move into a light type move on Luxoar. So also, Quick Pounce being a normal physical move that's like compared to like kind of like Quick Attack. I would only recommend it on Umbrat, not really Luxoar. Plus Luxoar is actually pretty quick compared to Umbrat, so Umbrat kind of uses it a lot better in my opinion. But other than that, you also, by the way, you get Quick Pounce at level 11 on Twilight. For Umbrat though, I would recommend Gloom Fangs, which is its signature move. Has the chance whenever you use it to block light type moves for a couple of turns. Sharpen increases its attack and accuracy. Raging Tackle, which is a normal type move and it has recoil, but it just hits very hard. Or Scapegoat. Scapegoat, also you use your health and you make a little doll in front of you. It doesn't cost you any energy, it just uses your health to make it. So for Umbra, I would recommend, also as well, you get Scapegoat at level 25, Sharpen at 31, and Raging Tackle at 39. if I was going to run Umbra low, I would probably run Gloomfangs, Sharpen, Raging Tackle, which is going to hit really, really hard, and then I would probably run Quick Pounce if I have a hidden ability one. If I don't, I would recommend Scapegoat. Again, it is pretty slow, so you could probably run Quick Pounce without the hidden ability if you really wanted to, but it's really up to you. But all on that then, let's go on to Luxoar. Okay, so for Luxoar, it's actually very, very similar to Umbra. It pretty much gets every single move at the same level, just also like a special attacking version. So for Luxoar, again, I wouldn't really run Quick Pounce. You could run it if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't really recommend it. But for Luxoar, I would recommend Luminate. There's only really 4 moves unless you want to run Dodge, which you can run Dodge on Umbra as well if you really wanted to. But for Luxoar, I would recommend Luminous Roar, which is its signature move. Again, hits hard, it's a light type move, and if you do hit something, it can't use dark type moves for a couple of turns. Scapegoat, again, which is level 25. Again, just makes a doll so you can take a couple more hits. Other than that, you could run Dodge instead of Scapegoat if you really wanted to. Dice Burst, which increases special attack and accuracy by 1 stage. And then I would recommend Raging Howl, which is Raging Tackle's special attack counterpart. Just hits hard and has a bit of recoil damage, and those are really the only moves I would recommend for Luxoar and Umbra. They don't really get a lot of different moves right now. Anyway, next is Cinemoth. Okay then, so next up then is Cinemoth. For Cinemoth, I would recommend, it's got a couple of sets I guess you could run, but also it's going to be a quick and special attacker. Again, doesn't really have that many great moves, but I would recommend Feral Blast, which is level 39. It's the hardest hitting bug type move, which also is pretty good. Life Drain, which is obviously a grass type move or a plant type move, and it has the ability to heal you a little bit depending on how much damage you do, which is pretty good. Then I would actually, its best special attacking flying type move is actually Gust, but Gust has the secondary effect to get rid of entry hazard. So if someone has a Himbrr and they set up icicle traps, you can actually use Gust and get rid of that icicle trap on your side of the field, which is actually pretty good. Only problem with that, pretty sure Cinemoth's actually 4 times weak to ice, so it's going to lose half of its health by just joining. So again, be careful with that, it might backfire completely. Although on that low, if you do want to run like a physical flying type move, which again I wouldn't really recommend, Cinemoth's physical attack is pretty bad, but you can learn Wing Slap. Again, I guess technically it is its best flying type move or air type move, but again, it is physical, wouldn't recommend it. Other than that low, for your 4 type move, you could run Mystical Breeze, which again is a bug type move. You don't really get any flying type moves, believe me, I've had a look. You could also run Dodge as well on anything. I will keep mentioning it every now and then, but you could run Mystical Breeze. It does less damage than Feral Blast, but it has a chance to increase your speed. So if you know something is one shot to Mystic Breeze, it might be worth using Mystic Breeze, save you some energy, and you have a chance to increase your speed, so you can outspeed the next opponent, like almost guaranteed. Or you can run Pestilence, which I don't actually know how to pronounce that. I think it's Pestilence. Pretty much when you use it, it's a special attacking move. It doesn't do that much damage, but whatever you hit, it prevents them from escaping for 4 to 5 turns. So for example, if you know for a fact that something can't do much damage to your Cinemoth, you can trap them in, and also you can try and boost your speed, and then also Life Drain to get more health back. So that's really up to you, but if I was going to run Cinemoth, I would probably run Feral Blast, Life Drain, Gust, and then Pestilence. Really, again, there really isn't that many great things to really run on it. Or again, Mystic Breeze. I feel like everything in the game right now, you don't really want it to stay in against Cinemoth, so I would probably just run Mystic Breeze over Pestilence, to be honest. But anyway, next up then is Avioth. Okay, and for Avioth, there's actually, again, a couple of sets. If you have a hidden ability, you would always want to run Dodge. It has Rev Up. Every turn at the end of the turn, you'll get speed. So Dodge is actually really, really good. It's kind of like Speed Boost, how you'd always run Protect with Speed Boosts. So for Avioth, there's a few flying type moves you can run. Nosedive, which you get at level... actually it's its signature move. It's evolution move, so whenever you evolve Paratuit into Avioth, it gets Nosedive. It has recoil damage low, but is its highest damaging move. Other than that, you can also give it Cyclone Slam or Scavenge. Scavenge also has a chance to steal items if your item got knocked off an Avioth. Or it has Cyclone Slam. It's just a little bit less powerful than Nosedive, but it doesn't do recoil damage. But those are like your 3 flying type moves. I would recommend Nosedive if I was going to run it, because you get Perch on Avioth, which is pretty much like a roost. You just heal, which also is really, really good. You get Perch at level 29. Although on that low, I would recommend Gust. Gust is actually really, really good on Avioth, especially to get rid of entry hazards. Again, like Icicle Trap from Himbrr. I would recommend running it, and if I'm going to actually run one, and I'm going to run it. Although on that low, again, I would run Dodge if you have a hidden ability one. If you don't have a hidden ability Avioth, I would just recommend Slash. There's nothing really other great moves other than Slash. Slash is your best alternative, to be honest. All in that, you could run another flying type move, I guess, or air type move that isn't Nosedive, and maybe just have Cyclone Slam, but really wouldn't recommend it. Since I have a hidden ability Avioth, my moves I'm actually running on it is Nosedive, Gust, Perch, and Dodge. Those are the 4 moves I'm running on mine. So we'll get better moves. Wouldn't really recommend anything else. Anyway, next up then is Walder. Okay then, Walder, wouldn't really recommend running Walder right now. It's not the best offensive stats in the game. Its stats are pretty bad. I would recommend for the game right now. It's probably the worst ones to run, but in case people want to run it, I would recommend Parasiters. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but pretty much it is melee. You get it at level 35, so it's the last level up move, but pretty much kind of like a leech life where it does damage and you get health back for it. Definitely would recommend that. It's its best bug type move, and it actually heals you as well. Other than that, your best poison type move is actually Venom Chomp. You get that level 26, has a chance to poison and to flinch, which is pretty good. Again, best physical poison type move or toxic type move. Other than that, you could either run poison, which again just deals damage over turn, which is good. You could pair that up with dodge if you really wanted to, and that's like your 4 movesets. But I don't know how I feel about that. Again, I'm probably not going to run a Walder, so I wouldn't really know. Other than that, though, you could run Pestilence, which again is a special attack, even though you're a physical attacker, but it traps in the opponent. So if you poison them, you could also use Pestilence. It'll trap them, and they have to get damage from poison as well. So that's a lot of damage stack on top of that. You could run those 2 moves and dodge, which would be annoying, really. Other than that, you could run Pester. Now, Pester, it really depends. It's a special type move, so I don't think it's going to be that great on Walder, but it will lower the opponent's range attack. So also, it's a special attack, but it will lower their special attack. So I don't really see many people run it, but it could be a good set, I guess, to like weaken like maybe Zulongs potentially. I really don't know. But if I was going to run Walder, which again I probably won't, I'd probably run Parasitise, Venom Chomp, Poison, and then I would probably run Pestilence or Dodge. Those are like the 5 moves I would probably hop between, so wouldn't really recommend running Walder a little. But anyway, next up is Florence. Okay then, so for Florence, again, I wouldn't really recommend this one. Its stats are amazing, but its typing is actually bad, to be honest. It's weak to a lot of stuff, but if you're going to use it, I would recommend, if you're going to run it, its special attack is higher than its physical attack, but it's mostly a tank, not offensive, but its best offensive attack for it is Nature's Force, which you get at level 36, its highest level up move right now. But other than that, you have Pester. Again, you can decrease the opponent's special attack. You could run that. Those right now, also Pester is Bug and Nature's Force is Grass, so technically those are your best like Bug and Grass options. Other than that, the little Bug type moves they get are actually both physical. Wouldn't really recommend them though. Other than that, you have Sap Plants. For Sap Plants, let me actually quickly read it. Sap Plants. Plant a special flower that slowly saps the foe's health, so pretty much like Leech Seeds, so that would be worth also running as a tank. Other than that, you have either 3 moves I would recommend for your 4th slot. You have Take Root, which implants your roots into the ground to slowly regain health every turn, but you're trapped into the fight, you can't leave, so it's kind of like Ingrain, I believe. Other than that, you could run, again, that's a lot of health with like Take Root and Sap Plants. Those could be pretty good to run next to each other. Other than that, you could run Pestilence, which again traps the opponent in. That could also be really, really good to trap your opponent in and then to just leech, the leech seeds replacement, which is sap plant. So pestilence and sap plant could be run really, really good together, or again dodge. But again, wouldn't really recommend Florent, but I would recommend that. If I was going to run it, I would run Nature's Force, Pester, Sap Plants, and then I would run Pestilence, which again, for those moves you get Nature's Force at 36, you get Pester at 24, Sap Plant is actually the evolution move, and then Pestilence is actually level 19, so, and again, Take Root is level 13. So, wouldn't really recommend it, but you can run it if you really want to, but I don't really see it being that useful right now at least. Okay, well, next up is Terrafly. Really don't have that many great moves. It's also your physical attack by far. Like, your special attack is trash, but for the moves that I wrote down, I have put down Paralyze. No, not Paralyze. How do you pronounce it? Parasitize, which is its best bug type move. Again, it also heals you, so again, really, really good to run on Terrafly. Level 36. Along that, you could run Pestilence, which again is a special attack move, but it traps in the opponent. It's actually good. That would actually be really, really good because Terrafly's hidden ability is Bug Fever. Every time that Terrafly gets a kill with a bug type move, its attack is increased by 1 stage. So if you trap in something that's super weak to bug, and also that's like amazing, because then you can just kill it with a bug type move and you get a free attack increase, which is good obviously. Other than that, it doesn't really have any other physical moves. Its only physical move actually really is Parasitize, and that's really it. The only other one it actually has is Double Sting, but Paralyze does more damage and heals you, which isn't really that good. So right now it actually doesn't have any good poison type moves, except from special attacking moves. So I've actually wrote down Parasites, Pestilence, which you get Pestilence at level 21. But for the other moves, you could also run Dodge, which you can also run Dodge on anything. But other than that, you can run Muck Blast, which is a toxic type move, and it is special. It's a 90 base power move. It has a chance to poison, but again, Terrafly's special attack is trash. Other than that, you can run a Life Drain, which is a grass type move, but again, it's not really going to work that much because it's a special attack, so you might as well just run Parasites, Pestilence, Dodge. If Poison becomes a MM, probably that, but right now it really doesn't get any good moves, so pretty trash. I have a hidden ability one, so I might try it, but it really doesn't have that many good moves to actually run, so wouldn't recommend Terrafly again, but if you want to run it, then I'll just recommend spamming Parasites, to be honest. The next up is Ragoon. Okay, so next up is Ragoon. I wouldn't really recommend Ragoon. I don't think it's going to be that great, but I know some people are probably going to want to run it. So then for Ragoon, I would always recommend probably running Sharpen on it. Sharpen you get at level 9, it's actually really, really early on. Increases your attack and your accuracy by 1 stage. Other than that, you could run another 2 status moves, depending on which one you want. There's Provoke and Charades. Provoke is actually going to be pretty good, I guess, to counter, well, not really counter, you can't really do much damage to Himbrr, but for Provoke, it prevents the opponent from using status moves or support moves for 3 turns. So also, Himbrr then can't use its Icicle Trap for 3 turns, and then there's that. But wouldn't really recommend it. Or I would recommend it if you're going to run Ragoon, but I wouldn't really recommend running Ragoon really, especially against a Himbrr. It's not going to do much. On that little Charades. Charade, if I quickly find it again, because I always freaking forget this one. When you use it, and it will harshly lower their physical defense by 2 stages, which is really, really good. But again, if I was going to pick one of the other, I'd probably go for Provoke. Other than that, though, for the attacking moves, you have Slapdown, which is pretty much like a knockoff. Quick Pounce, which is just a normal attacking priority move because it's not that quick. Space 80 move, which right now is actually, I guess, decently quick in the game right now, but it's not going to be amazing down the line. But the last move is actually Mega Chomp, which also is like a crunch, I guess. It does 80 base power, so it really depends. If I was going to run Ragoon, I would probably run Provoke, Slapdown, which you could actually run Slapdown. You could run, I think it's Pilfer, which can steal an item instead of knocking layers off in case you don't have an item. But if I was going to run it low, I would run Provoke, Sharpen, Slapdown, and Mega Chomp. Just like run Knockoff, and if I do not also get real rare item, just spam Chomp, Chomp's replacement, which is Mega Chomp. No, Crunch replacement, Mega Chomp. Other than that, I guess I could like replace Slapdown with maybe Shred. Just don't care about their item. Just try and decrease their physical defense by a ton. But then again, if you're increasing your own attack, then you don't really need to decrease their physical defense. So I guess there's that. I wouldn't really recommend Ragoon load, like I said. But next up low is a Borrok. Okay, and so for Borrok, also Borrok actually is pretty strong. It's not that quick. It has some pretty good defenses, and it has actually pretty good physical attacking stat. It actually has one of the highest in the game right now. There's only a couple that actually outdo it in terms of attack power. But for Borrok, also, it really depends, I guess, which set you're running. Do you want the hidden ability, which every time you get hit raises your defenses? Or do you want an offensive version with the normal ability, which if your attack is actually higher than their attack, you get a +1 attack bonus, which is actually really, really good. But for Borrok, for what I've wrote down Body Slam, which is its highest level move, well, second highest level move at level 34. Border Blast, I guess, is a ground type move with special attack. Wouldn't recommend special attacks. Would recommend physical attacks. So Body Slam, technically, it's like a type plus, and it's really hard. Muck Buck, which is its Borrok's evolution move, which pretty much if I quickly look at it, because I always forget, and there's a lot of moves here. So for Muck Buck, Rolling Mudland, run around in a rampage, crash into all adjacent Loomians while also dealing a small amount of damage to yourself. So pretty much it just hits everything on the field. Draw in a 1v1 isn't really going to matter. It just means that you've got a bit of recall damage. Other than that low, I've wrote down, and well, those are like the only two physical attacks that you really have that are like going to do actual some damage. Other than that, you have Chomp, which is a dark type move. It's not going to do that much damage, but you have it for coverage if you want it. Which also, I'm pretty sure, since it's Earth, it's weak to plants, Chomp could come in a situation there, obviously, since plant is weak to dark. Other than that, you have Quick Pounce for a priority move, because again, it isn't that quick, and also Quick Pounce with a +1, actually, I guess, could hit it okay. Other than that, you have two other ground type moves. Mud Spatter, which it's a special attack move, doesn't do that much damage, but it will decrease their speed 100% of the time. Or Quicksand, which for Quicksand, it's a special attack move again, but it will trap the opponent in quicksand, preventing them from retreating from battle and hurting them slowly over time, which again, could be pretty good. I don't actually know, I think that only lasts for a couple of turns, I don't actually remember, but if I was going to run a Borrok, I would probably run Body Slam, Muck Buck, Chomp, and Quicksand. I don't think decreasing the speed is really going to help too much, to be honest. I feel like it's not really going to outspeed too much anyway, even if you do -1 something. But Quicksand can trap in opponents, and then obviously if you can hit them hard anyway, then also Muck Buck will be pretty good. Then again, if it is a plant type, you can also just Chomp it for super effective. You could, I guess, replace Body Slam with Quick Pounce if you want a priority, but again, wouldn't really recommend a Borrok. Anyway, up low, next is Getchloak, because I know people wanted me to talk about Getchloak a lot. Okay, so for Getchloak, I don't know how I'm talking about Getchloak, but I am. So, pretty much, really doesn't have that many great moves. Wouldn't really recommend running it, but people want me to talk about it, so we are. So for Getchloak, it has like 4 good moves. That's literally it. I don't know why people want me to talk about it and tell you what move should I run in Getchloak. It literally has 4 moves. Energize, increases your special attack and special defense, so it's a support move. Other than that, you have Tase. It's a physical move, but it's kind of like Nuzzle. It does a little bit of damage and it will always paralyze them 100%, which is good. Other than that, you have Static Shock. Yes, Static Shock. The move it gets at the very beginning, level 1. It's best electric type move, and it's only like electric type move, I'm pretty sure, other than Tase. So there's that. Other than that, you could also run Dodge, but I don't feel like you should. It's quick, but it's going to get one-shotted anyway, so why would you want to run Dodge? Don't know. Other than that, for the light typing, you have Shine, which again is level 9. Really wouldn't recommend running Getchloak, but again, Shine is also special attack. If you run Priority, which, sure, then run Light Dash. It's a physical light move, but again, I guess its best stat is its special attack stat and its speed. I wouldn't really recommend running physical attack. So if I'm gonna run a Getchloak, which again wouldn't really recommend, I would recommend Energize, Tase, Shine, Static Shock. Really don't get that many moves, but for people that are wondering what level like actually get them at, when I look at it again, Energize is level 27, Light Dash is 24, Tase is 18, Dodge is 14 or MM, Shine is 9, and Static Shock is 1. There you are. Last upload is Duskit. Okay then, up last is going to be Duskit. Which I feel like most people are probably going to watch this for Duskit. Duskit has some good moves, but is missing quite a few moves right now, to be honest. So, for example, if I was going to run Duskit, I would run Peace of Mind, which is its second to last level move at level 29. It raises your special attack and special defense by +1, so kind of like Calm Minds. On that, Spectral Burst as its best ghost type move right now, or spirit type move. If I quickly look at that low, so I can actually find it. Where is it? Has a chance to lower special defense, so I guess it's kind of like a Shadow Ball, which is its best spirit type move right now. Other than Oppress. If you're in a hidden ability Duskit, Oppress is actually really good. If the opponent is asleep, your ability increases your attack power, but Oppress increases it even more, which is really good. So Oppress would be really good if you have something that puts things to sleep, or just status them, I guess. You don't really need a hidden ability to run Oppress. Oppress also just means if their status like poisoned, if they're paralyzed or something, then Oppress will do more damage, I'm pretty sure. Actually, does it do that? Deals double damage if fixed will be status. Yeah, it doubles it, so it is a 65 base power move. It'll double to 130, so it's actually technically gets its best spirit move if the opponent is statused. Other than that, I would run Final Ruse. Now, Final Ruse is kind of, you could swap it out, I guess, but for Final Ruse, when you use it, if the opponent KOs you, kind of like Destiny Bond, I guess. If the opponent KOs you when you use it, they also get fainted as well, so that's what I would probably run. Other than that, you have Return to Sender, which is kind of like Mirror Coat. Wouldn't really recommend it low because it's not that bulky, I guess. You have Phantom Slash, which is a ghost physical move if you want to run a mix set. Also, with Duskit's attack as well, it's pretty high, 100 base attack and 105, I think, special attack. You can run physical attacks as well. It is its highest level up move at 37, but again, wouldn't really recommend it. You have Dodge, again. You could run Dodge always. But other than that, your best mind move is actually Brainwash. So what you could run is Peace of Mind, Brainwash, which is like a base 50 power mind move. It's not very powerful. It actually gets at level 1. Wouldn't recommend it. I'm not really gonna run it, but I can see if you're gonna run Peace of Mind, it's gonna power up a little bit, I guess. But if I was gonna run it, I would run Peace of Mind, Spectral Burst, Oppress, and Final Ruse. Yeah, 2 ghost type moves. And also I'll be running Spectral Burst most of the time if the opponent is like asleep or whatever. I'll run Oppress, obviously, to do a lot more damage. And then Final Ruse in case I'm about to die. I'll use it to take down my opponent with me, I guess, as well. Again, I can see some people running Brainwash, but because it doesn't do that much damage, I really don't want to use it, to be honest. I'll wait until another better mind type move comes out. But that's all of them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's a fairly long video, but those are what I would run if I was running every Loomian in the game, which also I'm not. Some of them I'm not going to use at all, but I thought I might as well make a video because you guys kept asking what moves to run in my stream, so I thought I'll do a video on every single Loomian movesets that I would recommend. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.